All right, I am here at the Yojo Outlet headquarters in Cincinnati, Ohio, birthplace of Nick Lachey. And today, I'm pretty excited about this. This is a Marvel team-up, presents Human Torch and Spider-Man by Toy Biz. This is from the year 1995, and this is a K-Mart exclusive. Exclusively sold at K-Mart with bonus Marvel tattoos. You probably don't know this because if you're one of the 7 people who watch my videos, 2 of whom are probably spam bots. I've never mentioned this before, but I have an odd fascination with Kmart. I don't know what it is, but where I grew up in northern Kentucky in Kenton County, before we had a Walmart, before we had before we had Target, Meijer, any of that stuff, we had Kmart. So when I was a kid, Kmart is where I got a lot of toys. So Kmart's always held a special place in my heart. Actually, when I was a kid, the Kmart, which is still around in Erlanger, Kentucky, right by my house, it actually had a restaurant, a sit-down restaurant inside of Kmart. I never ate there, but I remember that very vividly. But yeah, I remember going to Kmart and getting G.I. Joes, getting various other toy lines. And actually, the only reason my mom got me Christmas presents was because of layaway at Kmart. That's a true story. It's a very, very Kentucky story. But I still go to Kmart. I don't know. It's all right. This is, believe it or not, the 3rd Kmart exclusive item I own. The first, I have a glass, like a drinking glass, that shows the first Kmart that was erected in Michigan. I have a Tasmanian Devil birthday comic book that's exclusive to Kmart. And now I have this Marvel Team Up Presents Human Torch and Spider-Man action figure set, exclusively sold at Kmart. So people, in 1995, if you've ever seen the videos like back in the 80s when Cabbage Patch Kids, like the year they were popular at toy stores, people were like knocking each other down. I'm sure the same thing was happening at Kmart's across the country in 1995. Bill Clinton was our president. We were at peace. There was no war going on, and people, the economy was doing well. They had a lot of disposable income, so they were lined up at Kmart looking for these. I've since discovered there are other Marvel team-up ones. There's a Thing in Spider-Man. There are a couple others. They're pretty cool. And so on the back here, you see the Fantastic Four line, the Spider-Man line, Iron Man, X-Men, X-Force. There's some. If you were a kid in the early mid-90s, you had some of these. You had at least a Human Torch. You had a Spider-Man, a Rhino. You had a Venom, maybe a Cable. Hawkeye, that was a cool one. I had that. Iron Man. Obviously, X-Men. There's billions of X-Men figures. So yeah, I'm going to open this up because if you do watch the show, you also know I'm a fan of glow-in-the-dark stuff. And this Human Torch has flame-on glow-in-the-dark power. Spider-Man has a web racing action. And there's also the tattoos. Interesting thing, there's still a Kmart sticker on here. This sold for $10.99. I bought it for $8 at the flea market a couple weeks ago. So enough talking. I'm going to open this bad boy up. Also, I'm opening this. Not only am I a fan of glow-in-the-dark, not only am I a fan of Kmart, I'm also a big Jack Kirby fan, and he co-created both Spider-Man and Human Torch. A big Jack Kirby fan. I saw this at Comic Book World today in Florence, Kentucky. They were selling it for, I think, 15 or 17.
Yeah.
So, all right. So there's a card. Here we got some tattoos. I don't know if they still work. Maybe I'll try them. Maybe I'll put or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll give them to one of my fans. So here we go. Kmart exclusive tag. I wonder how much Kmart paid. I wonder what kind of deal they have with Toy Biz to get those, because you usually see Walmart, you see Toys R Us, you see Target exclusives, but Kmart exclusive. Chris, are you familiar with any other Kmart exclusives?
There's been some over the years. Some
Kmart,
Star Wars stuff.
They sold one of the G.I. Joe knockoff lines. Was it the American Defense or one of those Impact? One of those lines was exclusive to Kmart, because if you see on the card, it has a little kind of burst on there. Anywho. So we'll start with Spider-Man. So we want to save the best for last. That Human Torch is pretty slick. So he's got his web racing action. I don't really know what that means. There he is. He is spread eagle. He's just... So I guess that's, I don't know. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a zip line, I guess. Goes through his arms. So that's kind of cool. Doesn't really display well. I mean, he's got these huge strings sticking out of him, but I don't know. So now here, this is what I'm excited about. This Human Torch. Because he's a cool figure. Johnny Storm. This thing's a little broken. You know, I bet that's the same. That looks like that's. I guarantee it's the same sculpt as Silver Surfer, because you see his hand like that. So there was definitely a Silver Surfer like that. I don't know if it's on the back here or not. It's not, but those flames are just painted on there. They're not sculpted on. So that's definitely the Silver Surfer mold, which makes sense. And then he's got a little launcher. If you watch a previous episode of Vintage Toy Freedom, you saw me open an Invisible Woman from the Fantastic Four line. She had a similar launcher, just a different color. So there he goes. That's how he flies. And Chris, if you don't mind, I'm gonna grab the camera from you, because one thing I like to do with these glow-in-the-dark figures is I'm gonna take it into the official Yojo outlet bathroom. Let's hold him up to the light. Sorry, that's probably not a beautiful sight to see. So I'll be right back. We're gonna go to the official Yojo outlet bathroom. And yeah, look at him. He's glowing. It looks a lot better in real life than it does on the video. You can see the launcher looks pretty good. But that's pretty cool. I like that. I love glow-in-the-dark stuff. And this Human Torch does not disappoint, because it's actually pretty interesting. I don't know. Let's see how good we can get in on here.
His arms don't articulate.
Because he's got a string going through him. The string goes all the way through his arms. See? It's like, you know what that's like? Those old snowsuits when you're a kid, and they had like the gloves that were attached by a string, and you could like pull one and it would like smack you in the face.
Boy, that just screams utter disappointment to me.
I think that encapsulates the K-Mart experience.
I mean, how can he fight anybody?
Attention K-Mart shoppers, we have a Spider-Man, Human Torch, Marvel Team Up 2-pack on sale in aisle 5. So one thing is really interesting. This glow-in-the-dark stuff is actually painted on there. It's actually textured. I feel you can, if you listen, you know, it's kind of scratchy. And I don't think I've ever seen anything that's painted glow-in-the-dark. Usually it's, you know, like the Ghostbusters are glow-in-the-dark. You got a Toxic Crusader.
Over here.
Oh, there's the not Toxic. That's Captain Planet. Where are the Supernaturals? The Supernaturals. You got any Toxic Avengers or Toxic Crusaders? Oh yeah, I've got some down there. His weapons. Some of them, like some of the figures are, and some of the weapons are. What else? You got a Scareglow. I know you got a Scareglow. But those are all molded. I mean, those are all like the body parts or the weapons, and in these cases, I honestly can't think of anything that is glow in the dark that's painted on. So that's pretty cool. That is unique. Anywho, this is actually, so, you know, some of these things I open. If you watch other episodes, there's a mask. There's a James Bond Jr. You know, some of them are kind of They're just, I got them because they're cheap and they're cool and they're different. I actually really like the Human Torch. I was really looking forward to opening. The Spider-Man could be better, but I like the Human Torch with his launcher.
Yeah,
his catapult.
His feet articulate. That's not usual to Toy Biz.
Yeah. So, anywho, thanks for watching. This was the K-Mart exclusive 1995 Toy Biz Marvel Team Up Human Torch and Spider-Man. Flame on.